It is one of the most stunning turnarounds in politics. You would have been hard-pressed to find a political pundit who would have predicted at this time last week that Joe Biden would win 11 of the next 15 primaries. Nearly everyone said his campaign was over. But that victory in South Carolina on Saturday relaunched his candidacy. And the stunning victories yesterday on Super Tuesday pushed him ahead in the delegate count for the Democratic presidential nomination. What happened and what might happen next is our topic as we go around the table, Campaign 2020. And joining me is Jim Byrne, the former chairman of the State Democratic Party here in Pennsylvania. And on the other side of the table, we find Keith Schmidt, who was the state director for former Pennsylvania Republican Senator Rick Santorum. Keith also worked on Santorum's presidential campaign. So I have to ask this gentleman, have you ever seen anything like this?
A miracle like this? Lake Placid 1980 Olympic hockey team? No. I mean, he has been, the vice president has been in a perpetual tailspin since he announced. A couple flashpoints last week. The Clyburn endorsement started to slow the fall, and then he hit it out of the park at the South Carolina town hall. That was the Joe Biden people were looking for. The moderate side of the party is looking for a champion against the Sanders wing. We're still talking about that. They found him. Last night proved it.
I've obviously never seen it. I predicted against it. I was wrong, I'll admit that. But I can also tell you that the traditional way for candidates to get votes through visiting states, doing events, putting direct mail out, TV out, I think it might be passé. I think what has changed in the 2016 cycle and maybe is even more aggressive in the 2020 cycle is politics at the presidential level is not a spectator sport, it is a participant sport. People are following it closely, they're tweeting about it, they're putting it on Facebook, they're engaging the news media and outlets like yours and the cable news outlets, and I think they're following like a sports team. So even if you're not in that state, they're checking in every day and they're forming opinions on behalf of their constituencies.
Well, just to give you an idea of how quick this turnaround was, this is a picture of the polls compiled by Real Clear Politics. There you see it. On February 29th, Bernie Sanders was almost more than 11 points ahead of Joe Biden. A week later, and right now, you can see Biden has taken the lead over Sanders. Sanders has dropped, Biden has gone up. What's going on?
A lot of soft support on the moderate wing of the party for one of the 3 or 4 candidates. After the showings by Klobuchar and Buttigieg, they get behind Bernie Sanders. There was a concerted, organized effort by the DNC and others to start to roll up endorsements once he showed a clear sign that he could win in the fall. And this is people getting off the fence on that side of the party and getting behind.
I agree with you. Being the obvious front runner for Bernie Sanders was obviously not a particularly good thing for him because it woke up the political establishment. They realized that the down ticket for them, the congressional seats, the governor's seats, the Senate seats are important to them as the presidency, and they were fearing a disaster if Bernie got the nomination.
But as you pointed out, what's kind of mind-boggling is that in some of these states, Biden didn't appear, didn't make a campaign appearance, and didn't spend any money either.
Well, like Keith said, I think Keith
They're
nailed
following it differently.
It's 24/7. They're on their iPhones, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they're on social media, they're talking back and forth. By the time a piece of snail mail gets into your mailbox, it's history. These things are happening at split second, a very, very fast pace.
Let's delve into a little bit more of this also. Sanders lost states that normally should have gone to him. Minnesota, Massachusetts, and Maine.
I'd add Texas to the list.
And you might add Texas to the list. Is this because Elizabeth Warren is now?
Well, let me tell you, Elizabeth Warren has to clear the field for Bernie to have any chance at all. I've talked about this time and time again with you, Stacy. Biden has an opportunity to win on the first ballot and on the second ballot. Mr. Sanders only has an opportunity on the first ballot. If he's going to get it done, he can't be losing those 4 states that you just talked about.
I'm going to ask you about Michael Bloomberg because we're running out of time first.
Sure. Yes, I mean, he got out quickly. He got behind Mr. Vice President, Mr. Biden. Watch how he may have to set up a super PAC, whatever he may do, who knows. But now you have some funding that the Vice President will desperately need. Like you said, you win, you can raise money. We have that now.
All right, now. We have 16 states to go before we reach the Pennsylvania primary. Nobody's going to be able to get enough delegates in those 16 states for the nomination. So how important now is Pennsylvania in this?
It's going to be important. They're going to make the retail hits here early and often. Next week won't decide this either. PA will be in play.
I think it's going to be a slugfest all the way home with these two. I think another thing to watch is the fact that there's overwhelming support by Hispanics for Mr. Sanders and overwhelming African-American support for Biden. They're going to have to reconcile that. Whoever wins, they're going to have to reach out and unite this party, or it could spell trouble for them in November.
We get to Milwaukee, they have to heal and heal fast.
All right, well, we will delve more into the importance of Pennsylvania coming up a little later in the newscast as we go around the table again, and we'll get former Governor Tom Corbett's analysis. Gentlemen, thank you.